Audio now. Man, this is a little complicated. This is what I'm dealing with right here. I'm using the OBS software, this stuff over here. And I am a noob. This is my first time going live with it. So, for those of you who are watching the rebroadcast, I apologize. And for those of you watching the rebroadcast, in the pinned comment down below, I will have timestamps that, show you where, if you want to jump through things and kind of skim through this hour or so fairly quickly, you will be able to do that. So, back to me. Hey, here I am. Anyways, I am going to be jumping back and forth between my computer screen and myself as we kind of get deeper into this, because I want to show you guys some stuff. It's going to be hard for me to keep track of comments because I'm using multiple screens, but I will do the best I can. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. We got it. We are streaming with audio and video because that's how you're supposed to roll. Today's live stream is brought to you by Buffalo Trace. Nice little bourbon right here, little Buffalo Trace. Let's pour it into the glass. I have not been drinking. That is a pretty good drink right there. That's pretty good. All right. So what we're going to talk about today, I was kind of going over this before I had any audio. What we're going to talk about today is BattlBox Mission 55. We're going to go through the contents. We're going to kind of talk about some of the contents. And then we are going to kind of talk about some of their business practices a little bit. I'd like to show you guys a really cool video at some point. That's something I could do now with the software. But because the title is live, BattlBox Mission 55 Review, Trash or Treasure, we better get into it. This isn't the problem. My comments to you guys are going to be delayed by about 30 seconds. There's a 30-second delay from when you guys... Oh! Chaucer just hit up the super chat. Thank you, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, the old man Lotus the Spirit Driver is in the house as well. Jonathan Cook. Yeah, that new Hobie is great. I like it too. The Outback, the 2019 Outback, I love it. Okay, cheers, mofos. So, let's get into BattlBox Mission 55. And I've already opened the box, and I have a reason for that, which I will explain in a little bit. But thank you again, Chaucer, for the super chat. You're the man. Appreciate it. The first item in the basic box, and for those of you who are unfamiliar, BattlBox is this thing right here. It's a company that it's a subscription box, monthly subscription box. Oh, Scott, got to stop in and then leave. Jeez. Anyways. We will do some, if people want to ask some fishing questions and stuff like that, we'll take a little bit of a break after we get through the box, and then we can do some Q&A and stuff like that. Okay, so BattlBox is a monthly subscription box. It has 4 tiers. The first tier costs, I forget how much, like $30. And we're going to go over that right now. In the first tier, the first item in the first tier is actually something I'm pretty happy about. It's a Magnet Ultra Compact microfiber towel, and these are pretty cool. I have several Magnet products, and it's basically a microfiber towel. This one looks to be fairly big. It's probably the biggest one I have now. But these are great for camping and hiking and just being in the outdoors. They fold up and compress into this mesh sack right here. These are good. This is a good item. This is a good brand. Tried and true. I've tested them out. It's good stuff. All right. That is a value of $20, $19.95. Next up is this little thing right here. These are called gator eyes, and I've never messed with these before. But basically what it is a little like clip-on light. So you can clip them places and they are a light. Something like this could be useful in you know, like if you got a campground, you got a bunch of kids running around and you have guy lines from your tent, you know, putting these on that could be helpful. They do have a little magnet. So yeah, yay, they have a magnet. I'm trying to get it to hook onto something. I don't know if the magnet just isn't that strong or what, but you got 5 of these. I heard a lot of people saying that theirs didn't work, so I'll just test mine really quick. It works. All 5 of mine worked. Woo! That is a $10 value. It seems a little bit high. I wonder if these are made by Going Gear. They're called gator eyes, but they kind of have that Going Gear look to them. Cammy, you didn't miss the kids video. I didn't get it. We've kind of put a hiatus on videos for the kids, so for the time being. Light up nipple clamps. Derek. Stick it to the... Yeah, we could try that later on. Get some mood lighting going. All right. Next up is a little mini sharpener from Worksharp. And Worksharp makes some decent sharpeners, but it's a little knife sharpener. So you got your sharpening side and then your honing side, and then this has some little like bits to take apart your knives if you need to, and then a little driver right there. So that is a $9.95 value. All right. It's okay. I don't think you're going to be doing too much sharpening with that out in the field. Next up is this little thing, and I don't know. This just seems kind of gimmicky to me. I heard somebody famous wrote this, but I don't know. It's a little tiny survival guide. It's tiny. It's got a Fresnel lens in there, because everything has a Fresnel lens in it, it seems like. But it's not even a little booklet. It's just, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay. Look, it's a reading light. Look at that. It's a reading light. It totally lights up stuff. Look at this. All right. Yeah, the knife sharpener is cheaper and probably more useful than these. But look, I mean, if you really had to make your way in the dark, you know what I mean, someplace like, and you had just these, you could do like a 3-lamp combo on your head, on your hat, and you'd be good to go. Just like this. You could totally find your way in the dark. Okay. I'm taking these off because they're dumb. And that rounds out your basic box. So they're saying a $49.90 value. I don't know. It's not horrible, but gosh, it's not great. Yo, what's up, Southern Gunner? There's a little blast from the past. What's up, brother? How you been? Next up, you missed the basic box and just me fooling around like a goofball. You could have side lights. You could totally put them over here, and you could have 360 lighting options or 180 degree lighting options. All right, so next up we're going to go to the advanced. Unfortunately, only one item in the advanced box. And it's a $38.99 value. So you jump up in cost I think like $30. They raised their prices a while back, so I don't really remember, what the prices are right now. But this is the house brand for BattlBox called Lord & Field. And I do have to say, I kind of appreciate a few things about Lord & Field. I think a lot of their packaging is pretty nice, but, that's not always, an indication of what's inside. But hey, it's a ferro rod and a striker. But look, they kind of package it kind of nice. I don't know. You get a little bit of cotton. You get 2 items in this? The goop. So I only have one listed. But you're right. There is another item in there. It's this stuff. So maybe they realized, dude, our advanced box sucks. We got to throw something in. What do we have a whole bunch of? But Pyro Putty, I don't know if they put it in a recent box, but I saw one of these. It might have been Hunter's Hall. It was a different Pyro Putty in a recent box. Can't remember what box. But they don't have the Pyro Putty on here. So they probably realized, oh shoot, we suck. We got to put something else in there. Yeah, that's not on here anywhere. Anyways. So you get a ferro rod and a striker that came in that nice little fancy wooden box that increased your cost by like 20 cents. Looks like a decent striker. And it's a ferro rod, so it shoots sparks. I don't know. It's a ferro rod and a striker. How many do you need? So, it was a misprint. I'm hearing in the comment sections it was a misprint. Yeah, cool sparks. Yay, it's a ferro rod. I have like 10,000. How many do you guys have? It's not bad to have extra ferro rods. All right, so that with the Pyro Putty, which is this stuff. I'd love to demonstrate how to light this stuff on fire. But basically what you do is it's like a little like fibrous. It's not putty because it's more fibrous than anything else. As you can see, these are all little fibers, probably cotton. And yeah, you just tear some off, get some sparks on it, and it'll light up. Chris, we'll talk about that in a little bit. No, they're not paying me. I bought this box, by the way. Nobody's paying me to do this. They wouldn't pay me to do this. I mean, if somebody came up to you and said, hey, here's a ferro rod and a striker, would you turn them down? Probably not. For free. But throwing it in, it's kind of like, yeah, that's great. I've got 25. But you got to keep in mind, not everybody starts getting these boxes at the same time. So it's probably good to have a ferro rod and a striker set in a box series like this. Once a year, twice a year, maybe. But, yeah, that's that. So we're going to move on to the Pro Box. And this was the reason why I opened the box, because I wanted to test this out. And full disclosure, Wagon is a company I work with a little bit, and we could get into that a little bit later too. So Wagon Tech is a company that They don't really sponsor me or anything, but every now and then they'll send me something for free, and I get to test it out. And as part of that, I get a code that I get to give to you guys. I don't get paid by them or anything like that. I get free gear to use and that type of thing. So Wagon, they've been great partners with me. I've actually toured their facility. They're located here in the Bay Area, their corporate headquarters, and they're good people. I've always enjoyed my interactions with them. Good folks there. So there is an item from Wagon Tech in this box, and I've already got it open. And yeah, it is working. So this is the Wagon Tech Ion Boost Slim, and I'm using it as a power bank currently. It has multiple features, and it is doing really well charging my iPhone, my work phone. It took me about an hour and 45 minutes to get this to a full charge. It's almost out. You can see it's got one light left, and I'm in the green. I was at like 5% battery life, so it's doing a decent job. And let me unplug it. I'm not going to demonstrate the main feature of this guy, but another feature of it is that it has a flashlight. So, you know, that's kind of cool, I guess, but I don't think it's totally needed. I guess it's kind of nice. I mean, you could totally put, if you had a power bank slash jump starter type setup, if you had that, you could easily put a light on it, and, you know, that'd be cool. So it comes with a USB cable charger. It comes with a car charger deal, which is in here. I have not opened it yet. And then it comes with this. And so basically what this is a little tiny battery jumper. I'm going to turn it off before I go ahead and plug this in. And because I don't want to shock myself. I like being shocking, but not like that. So yeah, you plug it in. Boop. And then you turn your power lead, your master power button would go on. It's flashing a whole bunch of lights right now. And it will flash, I think, until it turns green, and then it's ready to rock. So, this little guy should jump most standard car batteries. Now, I've never used this one, and I don't have anything to test it out on. So, I couldn't go test it. I didn't have any dead batteries, so I couldn't go test it. But I did want to test out the charging of it, and then also how it charges the phone, because I'm probably going to use this primarily as a power bank for charging GoPros and stuff like that. But I can say I have used the Big Daddy that they got, and this is the power source. I've showed it on live streams before, but this is the Michelin XR1. And this one, Wagon Tech makes it, Michelin licensed it from them, or had them make it for them or something like that. This thing's just awesome, right? It's got an air pump. It takes forever to pump up tires with it, but it will pump up tires. I have used this one to jumpstart a car battery before. And it's got a Bluetooth radio, you know, AM, FM radio, I believe. And it's got a pretty nice work light on it. So this is a good product. This one costs like $150 if I remember correctly. This one is listed on here as $74.95. But if you were to go buy it separately on its own, if you want something like this, you can go to Wagon Tech and go in the checkout. You can order directly from their website. In the checkout, you would put Out West with Chris. You'd save 15%. That's not the code. You would put OWWC15. I think that's my code with them. You'll save 15% and you will get free shipping, which is awesome. So, I could drink to that. Let's have a drink. You see it now, don't you, brother? You see it. Southern Oregon kayak fishing just chimed in. It is majestic. I had to put it there, brother, because, you know, it's the best spot for it in this general vicinity. This is tasty, good stuff, man. Buffalo Trace is a good bourbon. See you 206. Appreciate you stopping by. And last but not least, I gotta go somewhere because I don't know where I put that damn knife. I did open it up and play with it. I'm back. That purple thing in the window is a trophy that I won. Maybe later we'll go bring it over here and we can talk about my trophy. Maybe later. Probably going to need a few more super chats for the close-up of that. All right, so that was your Pro box. One item in your Pro box. I think that's your best item in the box. Personally, so far, I like the magnet thing and the starter charger deal. So now we're going to move on to the Pro Plus. This cost you $150, the Pro Plus. So far, if you're following along at home, you've paid $150 plus shipping for this Pro Plus, everything you've gotten so far. Everybody wanted me to do this pantless, and I thought about it, but this is your Pro Plus. And honestly, this is the stupidest knife that I think BattlBox has ever come out with. And they've come out with some pretty dumb knives for their knife of the month. A lot of them have been really good. I use a lot of their knives that I've gotten in Pro Plus. This is stupid. This is like the dumbest thing ever. Besides that you could hit somebody with it like that. Just bam, you know, pummel them. So basically what you got is you got to open this thing up like this. And then you got two pieces. You got this thing here, which I've heard some people say you could use it as a knife. And then you got this piece here. And yeah, so you've got a dinner knife set. This is so dumb. I mean, this is so dumb. Yeah, let's talk about what this is. This is the Lord & Field / Atropolsk knife Fortel Fisherman. I think this is like a Russian company. Oh, Lucas Snyder hit this one on the head. Primary use for this is as a adult toy. Oh, Southern Gunner, come on now. Let's keep it clean. So they're really proud of this next feature of this knife. You can make it bigger. Look at that. And then you could even stick this in here and make the handle even bigger. And you've got like a little sword. I could totally see Daniel Dabbs and Brandon Curran sword fighting, but they're probably not using this, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I think the longer blade, possibly they're thinking this is a fillet knife. It's got a little bend to it. I think I'd rather have a little bit more if it was really a fillet knife. I mean, I could bend this blade right now. It's just pretty weak. I could probably break this thing with just minor force. I don't know. I mean, this is ridiculous. And it's branded. Somebody else made it for him. I think it was some Russian company. Way to go, patriotic BattlBox. But it's branded Lord and Field, which is their house brand. And yeah, look, it's been, what's up, brother? Too thick for a fillet knife, a fish fillet knife, right? Too thin for anything else. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen as far as a knife of the month goes with these guys. And, you know, I made fun. What was it, like 6 or 7 months ago, they came out with a knife that was that big, the mini something from Bastion. And that knife, you could find it all over the internet. It was just a mass-produced little tiny knife. That was their knife of the month, I believe. And it was a freaking joke, that little tiny thing. Anyways. This is a joke. Cammie said she'd rather have a Mora and a fork. A Mora knife would be at like max, like I think you can pay like, well, they do have a couple high-end knives, but you know, max you're gonna pay for a normal Mora is like $20. You know what I mean? And they have a price tag for this of $129. $129 for this piece of shit. Like, it feels loose and janky. I mean, it's horrible. So, I don't know, man. Like, what's going on over there, you know? What's going on over there? So that's your box. You get a $293 value. Wait, let's subtract the $129 for that knife because it's a total just waste of time piece of shit, right? And that would leave us with $165 value basically. What? So you paid $150 plus shipping, and that's what you got? Like, I don't know how these guys are still in business. That's pretty weak. That's really weak. So, with all of that said, I'm actually going to get Mission 56 as well, Ben. Maybe we'll have to all hang out in a month. Southern Gunner says, I bet they were laughing their asses off when they chose that knife. You know, I have no clue what the conversations are over there. You know, it's probably Dan being like, guys, we got to watch the bottom line. We got to watch the bottom line, but we got to make these people feel like they're getting something cool. And he whips out this knife, or this thing, that atrocity, whatever the hell it is. And Brandon, being like somewhat knowledgeable in the outdoors, goes, I don't know. And Dan says, Brandon, we're using this knife. And he says, yes, boss. I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch their video of this just because, you know, how often can you hear, that's sweet, you know what I mean? And take it seriously. I don't know. But I'm kind of tempted to go back and listen to what that guy said about this stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't know. I did get a microfiber towel. That was the first item that I showed, A98 Wheeler. And I like that. So the Magnet towel and then that item from Wagon. And I'm partial to Wagon. I got to tell you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm partial to those guys. But those are the two items that I really like. So. Woo! That one got me. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about, and I got to preface, you know what? Let's break this up. Let me rephrase. Let me stop for a minute. Let's break this up for a second, and we're going to talk about fishing. Let's talk about fishing. Oh, we got to change the subject for a minute, or else I'm going to get kind of fired up when I go into the next topic. So we're going to change it up. You guys, if you follow my Instagram, you might have seen a few pictures of some decent sized trout lately. I've been doing some trout fishing up in Oregon with my buddy Dean, and I don't think Dean is on here anymore. He came on to make sure that I showed my awesome, amazing Little Big Fish Award in the background. But I've been up there a little bit. I was up there, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I tied my PB, and then 10 minutes later I broke my PB for rainbow trout. And I got that footage raw, and I kind of want to show you guys, because this fish, the fight on it was just freaking amazing, okay? It was a totally gorgeous fish, 26 inches, and I want you guys to see kind of what a big trout does when it's pissed off and it's got a hook in its mouth. So let's get ready to transition over to that, and we will watch that together. Right here. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Oh, what just happened? My hard drive has to fire up. Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Let my hard drive fire up, and then we'll get back to this. So here I'm fishing along, right? Everything's cool. Yeah. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Ah. That's freaking amazing. So I've been sitting on that footage for a little while. Oh gosh. Yeah, I've been sitting on that footage for a little bit. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but man, that's just so freaking amazing. These trout up there are just gorgeous and huge. Just amazing fish. Look, I do have a solid state drive on the computer itself, but I have to run multiple external hard drives just to keep up with all the memory usage that all that stuff. So I have a 8 terabyte drive that holds that. That footage is on an 8 terabyte external hard drive, and then I have a couple 4 terabyte hard drives that are hooked into the computer. Right now I have 8, 12, 16 terabytes of external hard drive hooked into this computer, and it kind of confuses it from time to time. It's a little, it slows it down. It totally does. Anyways, let's look at this fish a little bit more. Let's look at it a little bit more. I just wanted you guys to see this fish. Look at this fish. There's a little heavy breathing. Look at that fish. Oh my gosh. Those teeth on these wild trout are so freaking sharp. So, a couple days ago, last weekend, I actually caught one bigger than that. I haven't looked at the raw footage yet, but I'm excited to work up a video. And I'm actually going to preface the video more about the rod than the fish. And that might not be a good idea, but the rod is a good fishing rod. So, anyways, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Oh, it's a big fish. Hey, one lost dude. I've never fished for brown trout at Don Pedro. I'd like to give it a shot sometime. Let's try that. But now we're going to transition back to BattlBox. And I got to say, how many others cannot believe that they still don't give a shit? BattlBox? I can't believe it. Yeah, thanks guys. Huge fish. Follow me on Instagram and you keep pretty up to date on what I'm up to. I don't post every video that I go out and fish. Sometimes I like to fish without a camera on. I don't know why. Maybe because it's nice and relaxing. There's no pressure without the camera. With the camera on, you got to perform. You got to keep things, up and, just grinding hard and stuff like that. So, Lucas hit me up offline and I can chat with you about that. But I throw a lot of spoons, throw a lot of little Cleos when I'm out fishing for big trout up in Oregon with my buddy Dean. So that's a big thing up there is little Cleos. And drink. Okay, jeez, don't be so pushy. I finished that. And that might not be a good thing. So, back to BattlBox. You guys are awesome. The community out there. Multiple people. I believe Chris, I don't know how to say your last name. Farenstock, something like that. And other folks, multiple people hit me up and were like, dude, did you know BattlBox was using some of your footage in some of their ads? And I was like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. And they were doing it on Instagram and on Facebook, and it kind of fired me up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually kind of look at some stuff really quick. Let's go to this view again, and we're going to go to my Facebook page. We're going to go to BattlBox really fast. And this is BattlBox's page, right? Oh, should we type something? Hey, assholes, stop using my videos for your advertisements. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so this is BattlBox's Facebook web presence right here. I still do follow them because, it's nice to keep tabs. One of the cool things about Facebook, and this is all, I believe, driven by the whole Russian, interference in elections and that type of thing. The Russians, in case you didn't know, created a lot of web pages that really were promoting public. Oh, what's the right word? They weren't they were causing like a lot of animosity between different groups of people. But anyways, now Facebook has this page transparency section, as you can see, on their pages, on a pages page thingamabobber. And they talk a lot about page history, advertisements, people who manage this page, where they're from, which is kind of key with that whole like election interference stuff. 23 people from the United States help manage the BattlBox page. Yeah, 2015. There you go. Okay, cool. Ads from this page. This page is not currently running any ads, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is that BattlBox actually got banned by Facebook. They got a couple warnings, and they got banned by Facebook from advertising. Gosh, dang it! I need to stop drinking. From advertising on Facebook and Instagram. And part of the reason for that was and it's a stupid reason. This is a totally dumb reason. Part of the reason for that was because it linked to their website, which had a store that sold knives. And that's total libtard stuff, that you would expect from Facebook. They sell weapons, so we can't let them advertise on our platform. So that really, really, really hurts. Really hurts BattlBox. A huge portion of their subscribers were people that signed up from Facebook ads. I think I signed up from a Facebook ad. I'm pretty sure I did. So, keeping all that in mind, if they ban them from advertising on Facebook, they ban them from accessing new potential subscribers. And if you kind of look at some of the quality that they've had over the last year, 6 months or so, they obviously need to put hooks in on new people, because a lot of the old time subscribers cancel because they start to feel like, it's not the same old BattlBox. They're kind of going the route of the Alpha Outpost. And by the way, this is totally an item that I would have expected to see in Alpha Outpost, not BattlBox. Not the BattlBox from a year and a half ago. I mean, this is totally an Alpha Outpost item. This is a freaking joke. Dan, if you're watching now, and I'm sure that you are, because I know you, I know how you are, this is a joke. I don't get it, man. That's stupid. So, because of all of that, they got banned from advertising on Facebook. So they had to go and create a couple of kind of false Facebook accounts. So they created Avid Prepper. And it's got a huge following, including Mr. Daniel Dabbs. If you go here, you go to page transparency. You'll see they were created out of desperation on June 3rd. This page is currently running ads. You go to the ad library. You can see... Oh, they pulled their ads. Oh, there it is. That's me.
Oh my gosh, there's like not. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
Look at that.
This is freaking awesome. I can use a lot of this stuff, and a lot of this stuff is getting.
They pulled an ad. Oh, what these guys did was from back when I was much skinnier and more attractive, they pulled clips and spliced clips basically from a video that I did from almost 3 years ago. I believe that was their fishing box. I can't remember what box that was, but that was from like almost 3 years ago. So they took clips and spliced them and cut them and all that type of stuff, and they're running it as an advertisement. And they're doing it without my permission. So it kind of pisses me off. It's right here.
It's going to go into survival.
That's me. And it's 11 seconds right there. So it's not like it's a lot of me. But they did it without my permission. And they've been running these ads for a while. There's me again.
Oh my gosh, there's like...
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And, you know, I guess, you know, you could say, oh, that's not that big of a deal. But, you know, I put a lot of time into creating content, right? It might not seem like it takes a long time to make a video opening a box and that type of thing, but it is time. It takes time to edit and all that type of stuff. And unfortunately, there's Dan right there. Should we chat with him? Unfortunately, a lot of times I feel like these companies disrespect smaller, and I do consider myself a smaller YouTuber. Smaller YouTubers like myself, and they just think they can kind of beat up on us, right? So here's another one. This is survival in a box. We're going to go to page transparency again, and we're going to look at their ad library. And I did report a couple of these. He's probably on right now. Yeah, there we are. Here we are. Here we are.
Oh my gosh, there's like 9... Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. So they're running multiple ads using my videos without my consent. And it kind of pisses me off. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I making a big deal about something that I shouldn't make a big deal about? Is it not a big deal? To me, it's disrespectful. I've had companies, and I'll show you in just a second as I bring it up. We talked earlier about Wagon Tech, and the folks at Wagon, they're really cool. They communicate with you, and they ask your permission and all of that stuff. Those folks, they have a
in the heart of Silicon Valley since 1983.
They actually have a website, XR1, and I'll show you really quick what I'm talking about. They actually have a YouTube channel. This is my video. This is the Michelin XR1 portable power jump starter radio air pump, yada yada yada. This is a video that I did on my channel. See, West with Chris. Well, the folks at Wagon Tech, they hit me up and they were like, "Hey, can we use your video and put it on our channel and host it there?" And I said yes, and I cannot find it. I can't find it, but the people over at Wagon Tech, they asked my permission.
In the heart of the Silicon Valley since 1983.
I don't want that.
Wagon has driven your
Okay. I'll show you. They took my video right here. Here it is. It's got 236 views. That is freaking awesome. And they re-uploaded it, basically. They asked for my permission. They said, "Hey, do you mind if we re-upload it?" And I said, "Hey, that's no problem at all." 9 times out of 10, when somebody asks me, "Do you mind if we use your video in something?" I say, "Go for it. Just credit me somewhere." You know what I mean? That's all I'm asking. Just credit me somewhere. Just say, "Hey, Chris over at West with Chris was the guy that created this. And, you know, he's a good dude, so go follow him." But yeah, Jay, okay. I'm late to the comments. While I'm looking at all the website stuff, I can't look at the comments at the same time for some reason. It kind of sucks. So yeah, they're desperate for new subscribers because their product kind of sucks ass, and they're using my videos almost to, to promote their product. And at that time, I was paying for that box. I believe. I'm not 100% positive. But even if I wasn't paying for that box, because there was a period of time, about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, I can't remember, when I wasn't paying for the box. They sent the box to me for free. But even though they sent the box to me for free, that wasn't an agreement. There was never anything agreed to that they could wholesale use my content, my copyrighted content, for their own advertising purposes. It was never stated that that was agreed to. I would have never agreed to it without like them saying, hey, this is Out West with Chris. Follow him. Something like that. But, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm going to go back through the old comment section and catch up to stuff. So, I'm going to answer a few questions. And maybe we'll look at some other footage, or we'll just sit and chat. Something like that. Shit and chat. So, I'm interested. Southern Gunner is this guy that I really respect. I don't know if any of you follow Southern Gunner on Instagram, but the dude does some amazing photography. And he's hopefully still in the chat right here with us. Southern Gunner is a good dude. He is kind of in tuned to the cigar folks, the cigar kind of scene in the Houston area. Him and I have done some live streams together. Brother, we need to figure out how to do that again. Those were always great times. He did a lot of stuff, promoting Never Enough Tactical, also BattlBox. Did some really cool kind of product placement stuff, I guess, kind of in Instagram. And I'm kind of interested, brother, in your perspective on this. Like, do you think this is a big deal? Like, am I making a bigger deal out of something than I should? It's an 11-second advertisement. Is that a big deal or not? You know what I mean? To me, it's a big deal. I feel like I have been kind of slighted a little bit. And I think they picked me over anybody else who does it, just because since the whole stupid axe issue, I've been a very vocal critic of BattlBox. I've seen them do great things, in my opinion. I thought that they were a great company for a very long time. In fact, I would say that they were the best subscription box for men on the market. And then they started to change their processes and kind of how they were doing business, and started to doing the house branded thing and really cutting corners on quality, in my opinion. And they started to fall off. So, Southern Gunner, do you think I'm making a big deal? I don't know. I'm going to answer some questions. Fireman Swanee says, if you were using a current clip, they would sue you for sure. You know what? Let's test that out. Let's test that theory out right now. And we're going to go to BattlBox themselves. I can't type right now. We're going to go to BattlBox. I don't care if this video is monetized. I make a fairly decent living. I don't really need to rely on YouTube for any revenue or anything like that. So we're actually going to critique, and they cannot copyright claim me for this because I know the rules. I'm going to critique his review of this stupid knife. And just so we can all see, here we are. I watched a little bit of this, I guess, but I have not watched the knife portion. So we're going to go right here,
products,
and we're going to talk a bunch of shit.
To be unique, to be different, right? To be something that makes you go, what is that? Let me see more. So,
What is that? That's a total piece of shit. That's what that is.
I want to show you what I mean with this here knife right here. When you take this out of your...
Oh, yeah.
Out there, use this as a fork, or if you're filleting or cutting fish or anything like that, or cutting meat, you can use this to stomp down.
Looks like he's got a green screen going.
Down into the head of the fish, and you can fillet with or whatever, right? You're probably saying, well, it's kind of a short blade to be filleting with.
Oh, man. It's hard for me to watch that. Is it hard for anybody else to watch that? I'm not rich, Yankee Tanker. Shut the hell up. What is up, Mr. Bass Geek? So, Southern Gunner's saying it is a big deal, especially since how things are between you. I mean, at a minimum, ask permission or better yet, offer compensation. You know, if they had said, hey, dude, we want to give you $50, you know, something like that, to use 11 seconds of your clips, would you be okay with that? I would say, no, probably not. You know what I mean? Just because it's not a product that I support anymore. Whereas if Wagon Tech said, hey, you know, do you mind if we use a little bit of one of your videos in an advertisement? Do you mind? And I'd say, you know what, you guys are cool. Go for it. Don't worry about it. Just how they asked me if they could use my whole video on their YouTube channel. I don't know. Bass Geek, I always love it when you stop in, brother. You totally missed out on some real screaming adventures. We'll just replay this really quick. Just a little bit of it, guys. We're not going to replay the whole thing. Don't worry. Let's start it right here. Just because Bass Geek, he needs to see what trout can do to a fishing line. Oh, my hard drive. It needs to start up again. Bass Geek needs to see this, guys. He needs to hear this. Brother, that's not a bass. Yeah. It's not a bass, my friend. All right, that's enough. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled programming. I just had to show that. I love that little bit of footage, actually. I really enjoy it. So, Bass Geek, no, BattlBox used 11 seconds. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. They didn't ask for permission, though, and it kind of upsets me. But you know what, guys? I think I'm done with it. You know, I've showed you they have multiple pages on Facebook. We'll go back to this. Boop. They have multiple pages on Facebook where they're running ads of my... basically, they're using me in their advertisements. Hey, that's a skinny me from like 3 years ago. Hey, this is a skinny me from 3 years ago. Hey, that's a skinny me from 3 years ago. And you know what I don't get is why couldn't they just use one of Brandon's videos? I mean, he works for them. You'd think he'd have time to make an advertisement of some sort, or like the skill to actually do so. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't have the skill or the time to make his own advertisements without ripping off a smaller YouTuber. You know what I mean? Maybe not. They have another thing. I forget what it is. They haven't run any ads on it, though. But I'm watching. You know what I mean? So here we go again. Just, I'm sure they'll make 10 other fake pages that all splash to a store that doesn't sell knives so they can get around Facebook's ad policies. Which, you know, I kind of understand the need for it for them. I get it. But there's other ways to go about it that aren't lame. Oh, we were doing this. Gosh, this was kind of fun.
You're probably right. We're not done here. On this end, we're enough 7.5 inch fillet knife right here. A great camp set, great camp knife, great
gay
fishing knife.
Well, did you say, Brandon, it was gay? Yeah.
That's why it's called the Florida Fisherman. So it's got good flex to it.
That's not a good fillet knife.
Springy, but it returns back to a true straight edge right there.
Oh, gosh. how weird does he feel?
Down into the head of the fish or the tail of the fish, whichever way you're filleting, and you're able to get down and put pressure down on the table and run across.
What do you guys think? Am I
I'd
overreacting?
say you need to get a little bit more leverage. You know, you want to break out that inner samurai. So on the bottom here, you see
Oh my
you got
gosh.
2 holes where your spikes or your forks.
Oh gosh. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. This did not really happen, did it? Did this really happen?
With this thing. Now you got your little mini samurai knife. No, you're not going to be batoning wood with this. You're not going to be, you know.
Oh my gosh. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's so funny. Oh, okay, guys, it's been over an hour. Oh man, I don't know. This is so funny. You know what would be so fun is to actually go live, get bourboned up. Oh, speaking of, I'm empty, but I'm not empty here. So, Chaucer says, you know that's why they went home and cried. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. That's so ridiculous. That just makes me laugh. Like, I'm sorry, Brandon. I know you're probably a really good dude, and you're just doing your job. But that was ridiculous. Like, a little bit of respect, you know, lost right there, man. I know. And, you know, hey, you got a cool beard. You're in shape. You're outside playing on your Sherpa or whatever the hell that thing is. But that's just ridiculous. So, congratulations on winning the BattlBox lottery. And good luck to you, sir. All right. Everybody wants to see my trophy. This is totally embarrassing. So, I run with a really cool group of dudes who are they're all like vets, right? So we got an Air Force guy who's active duty. We had an Army guy on our last trip. Dean's he was in the Navy. I was a civvy. I am a civvy. You know, but I run with a really cool group of dudes. And if you know anything about military humor, you know it's just military humor, right? And I get to hang out with these guys, and they get to talk about all sorts of fun stuff. And I'm just like, man, do I really want to close my eyes tonight when I go to sleep? So, right here, you'll see I won something. And what this is this is a trophy. And this is the Little Big Fish Award. Before, DeLuff McGruff likes stuff muff. Thank you for joining us this evening. Go have a good evening. So, before we kind of show you what this is exactly, let me tell you a little history on this. Recently, I went up to the Umpqua River in Oregon with Mike Moser, who flipped his kayak, who's a total badass, by the way. That dude's a badass. Like, he runs up the sides of mountains. And, you know, for fun. For the fun of it. Who does that stuff? And then Dean and then Mason, right? So the four of us went up to the Umpqua River. We made an agreement that this was a competition for the weekend. Whoever's biggest fish was the littlest fish got the Little Big Fish Award. So let's talk that through. Their biggest fish was the smallest of all of the big, that everybody's individual biggest fish, right? Well, I won that by 1/4 of an inch. I beat Dean by 1/4 of an inch. And I won this beautiful trophy right here that Dean put together. And it says the Little Big Fish Award. It has an amazing lure right here. And it has my name, Chris. And it says the BDUT 2019. BDUT stands for Big Dick Umpqua Trip. Because that's how these guys roll. So yeah, I won an amazing trophy, and the nice thing is the trophy part is removable, and I think if you want to, you can try to catch a fish with this. I won it. Rumor has it rumor has it that these guys are going out in October, going to be hitting Pyramid Lake. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go. Hopefully there are 4 of them, because the rules are that there have to be 4 people. So it's wherever 4 or more are gathered, they get to compete for the Little Big Fish Award. So I can't go. I'm hoping 4 people show up so that I can give this away to somebody. Because, yeah, this thing is pretty impressive, actually. It's got the suction ability. So, you know, you can display your trophy like this. Or you can display it like that. There's a lot of different ways to display it. But I'm hoping somebody else wins it. Oh, man. Well, you guys, it's been a crazy evening. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes. You guys, oh, man, Bass Geek. You should call me. We should talk. But anyways, you guys are always awesome. I appreciate you guys joining in on this interesting ride that is my live streams. I wish you guys... Here, let me show you guys what I deal with. Okay. We're looking over here. I kind of loosely monitor your guys' comments. And they all get flagged for review. Not all of them, but a lot of them get flagged for review. And I almost always show them. Because I think this is not a kids program. If there are any little kids watching me right now, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, little kids. But yeah. You guys keep me busy monitoring my chat section all the freaking time. And I appreciate it. It keeps things nice and lively. So, any last second questions? Southern, we need to do that. We need to totally do it. I got this new software. I'm going to have to figure out how to get a second person on camera. It would be totally fun just to hang out and live stream. Even if like 2 people were just watching. Just to chit chat with you. You know what I mean? You're a good dude. I miss hanging out with you. And Lotus the Spirit Driver is going back to the porn. That was a comment that I had to approve. Cammy, thank you for hanging out with all of us. We are sick group, and you are a good person. So Cammy, cheers to you. I hope you have a great evening. Lucas, I miss you too, dude. Lucas is a absolute awesome person. He's out there in the middle of Wyoming doing his duty to the country, guarding our nuclear arsenal. And I can guarantee you that he has the most important job of anybody in this chat room right now. He's a good dude. So Lucas said, love to do that. We seriously need to plan something because it'd be good to just hang out. So, you guys, thank you for watching. Like I always say, I'm sorry for not getting your prize mailed out to you soon enough, Chaucer. I always say that. I always say, guys, I'm so sorry for not getting that stuff mailed out to you. Because because I'm so horrible at getting to the post office. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. There's still 19 of you awesome, amazing people. And I'm going to say, oh gosh, One Lost Dude said, any idea on subscriber fishing day? Well, we need to plan that out. We really do. You're right. But I got to go now. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. Way too long. Way too long for a live stream. So we got to end this thing. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a good evening, and I will see you later.